Hello, my name is Jake Daniels. I'm going to be going over high-stake standardized tests and their contributions. All right. So when did high-stake standardized tests become so popular? They became popular after George Bush in 2002 put out the No Child Left Behind Act, or NCLBA, or also known as just NCLB. It was really just used for accountability, to show how effective schools were at teaching the general public. Here you can see schools that were not adequately making the yearly progress under his act. By 2011, almost 50% of the schools were not making it under NCLB, their yearly progress. What is a high-stakes standardized test? A high-stakes standardized test is a test that shows who gets to graduate and go to college. It shows who are the ones that are able to get awards such as honor roll, GPA, presidential awards, class ranks, so on and so on. Very generic tests that would be given are multiple choice, essay, oral exams. They're basically designed to have a clear line as to who passes and who fails. ACTs and SATs are very good examples of this. Low stake testing. So that would pretty much just be the opposite of high stake testing. They're less damaging to your grade. There's more chances to look at negative assignments and really improve off of them. And then it also gives the teacher a better understanding of where the student is at within their teaching, their teaching curriculum. So low stake testing examples would include quizzes and just being able to retake quizzes that you've already done despite failing. It'll give the student a good idea of where they are within the teacher's teaching. Why do high stakes standardized tests matter? Well, obviously stress. Everybody's gone through a high stakes standardized test if you made it this far. Cheating just runs absolutely rampant through these. I've cheated on high stake tests, and I know that you probably have too, as everybody. Well, not everybody, most people have, and it's just really unfair for the people below the median poverty line, as they don't have access to as many resources as people that are on the median line or above it. Here is showing a stress graph. It's showing cortisol levels within people when they're taking high stakes testing versus low stake testing. Orange line obviously represents those that are below the median poverty line. The blue dotted line represents those that are above. If you don't know what cortisol is basically the body's number one stress hormone. Any spikes or dips that you can see in the graph are indications of poor performance on a test. You want your cortisol levels to transition as fluidly as possible. And then on this test in particular, this was mostly taken in a low income area, so there was very limited room to compare. But this is just to give you an idea of the low stake testing versus the high stake testing. Who does this have an impact on? It has an impact on everybody. You're going to go through stress when you go through these. You're mostly just going to go through stress. But it also has a larger impact on those that are underfunded, as I've said before, as they have a lower income, they have less resources, they have less one-on-one time with the teacher. less books, labs, laptops, all that kind of stuff. They're basically just put at a disadvantage when compared to those that are in the median households or above. There's less educational value in the high stakes standardized tests, as most of the schools are just teaching to the test. They're eliminating some of the topics that like a chapter may have because they're limited on time. There's also the process of elimination that a lot of teachers are teaching students to be able to like eliminate like multiple choice answers. The way you may get your choices down to a 75% chance of guessing it, 50%, so on and so on. As I've said before, there's a lot of cheating within high stake standardized tests. And then of course, there's a lot of just learning the test for that week, and then right after that, you just forget all of your value. There's a lot of teachers that are leaving this because of the competition. Teachers are competing within this field to get the students with the highest grades, and there's a lot of just overuse of testing, and teachers aren't willing to put up with that. Pros versus cons. Pros of standardized tests, of high stakes standardized tests, is there's a lot of competition between teachers. Like I said, it gets them to really like compete with each other. High stakes versus high rewards. So of course, if there's high stakes, there's also going to be high rewards. So it really encourages students to put in the work. No free passing to graduating. So you're going to have to actually put in work. The cons, of course, are the competition of teachers colliding. So they're going to have to compete there. Stress for students, that's a big one. I've already gone over that. Unfair for some students. That's the ones that have the less income. And then it's just inefficient overall. Because you could probably be getting, or you could definitely be getting better results if you're doing low stakes testing. This matters to me because obviously the stress, like that puts a lot of stress on the students, and there's a lot of educational diversity between a lot of the students, and there's a loss of valuable people within our community. Thank you for listening.